Yeah, why? Out of all fucking people, Harrison Barnes to stop fucking by. Why is that?
Duke all day.
PJ Tucker ain't shit either.
Oh, he from Raleigh. Watch him out.
Man, fuck him.
I hit record.
Raleigh, stand up.
I said what I said. Fuck PJ Tucker.
Okay.
I hit record.
Hello, world. How you doing?
No.
Need my quote, leave me alone, it ain't rope tails. Know my foes won't condone, but the hoes will. I got mo or whatever, niggas won't play. I got dope, Cartier, call my phone player.
But what's going on, everybody? This is episode 2 of the What Up Bro podcast. Myself, my co-host,
Sean. Yurt.
and we're back. We're back again. Back again. Episode 2. And we got a very, very special guest here today. Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
What's happening? Steve.
Your name, school you went to, zodiac sign, something.
We talking about like high school, middle school.
You know what school
right,
I'm talking about. Let's not act like we don't know what school we're talking about.
Nah, I'm from that Aggie Pride. Aggie Pride.
That's right, Stevie. And you, okay. So why don't you?
Sorry.
I mean, that's what.
Nah, I see some lady driving on the highway. I seen the central. I sped up mad far I sped up just so she could see the back of my.
Don't do that.
car.
I got to play. As soon as I get my real tag, I'm gonna put them on my car. But okay, so Stevie, you want to tell the people what our connection is, because it's actually a very, very funny way of how we all kind of met each other.
All right, so let's see. I ain't gonna get into the year because I really don't know the year, but we all met up through PS4.
It was about
Playing.
20? My fault. I'm sorry, but it was about 20. I want to say 17.
I don't know.
2018?
Something like that.
Yeah,
Either way,
Something like that.
That's kind of why I ain't want to get into it, but you know what I'm saying.
he's saying that like people know his age or something.
Yeah,
Like,
we know you
now.
old as dirt, but still.
Here we go. So I met these young cats, you know what I'm saying, and PS4, 2K, I think I met Sean first on a pickup in the gym, and he kept going on about how much of a great center I was, and he was like, I really need you for my team.
That's because our actual center sucked.
Yes, he definitely did. Definitely was garbage. No, bro. No, what happened was, I remember that first time we was going through the neighborhood, and I was like, yo, damn, we was looking for somebody, and he was just standing there. So I wrote him. He was like, yo, bro, I got a new kid, and he was like, yo, I'll be on though, boom. Next thing you know, then we was talking. I remember we was talking one day. I think we played the rec. Yeah, we played the rec. That was when it was that was when you could just walk in with big bright yellow jerseys.
Right.
So, which that we was talking about A&T. He was like, "Yo, A&T, what you mean A&T? Like, you talking about?"
back
we
up.
just had A&T.
Okay, we're gonna back up a little bit. So we played that first game in the rec randomly. Then we stepped out, and then that's when the conversation started. And I was like, I got a kid. I don't get up here that often. He was like, I don't
That man
care.
shared his life story. He said,
Yeah, I was like, I don't care about none of that, bro. Like, whenever you get on, just hit me up, bro. We could go from there. I'm like, I ain't trying to join no team because I can't be committed. It was like hearing that.
this man's talking. He talking like it's a relationship. Like, oh man, I don't know. I mean, I can't commit myself to no team.
He got commitment issues.
Right, he got commitment issues on
Hey,
the
man,
team.
y'all wanted this story. This is the story. This is wherever you take it. That's it. Pause. But so fast forward, we all online. Everybody cool at this point, and then I hear, oh, homecoming, this and that, and then I heard the T.
The greatest homecoming on earth.
Big
on
facts.
Earth. And so I'm like, bro, there has to be. There's not more than one T. You know what I'm saying? But everybody from different parts. So I'm like, maybe.
Oh no, like quickly. Like if someone went to the T, quick. Like as soon as you start talking to him, oh no.
Nah, when you say Aggie, some people think about Texas A&M. That's the problem.
Boo, fuck
But see,
them.
that's the thing. That's the thing. Y'all just said the T. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we reference it down here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there like, okay, my nigga Sean from he from
Harlem. Okay, let's be
Okay.
correct. Don't curse at me and call me. Don't curse at me and call me from no other borough. And I'm from fucking Harlem.
Nah, I'm saying I was gonna say New York, but Harlem. And then everybody else is like spread it out, so it's like okay, well, clearly they got a common ground at a school, but the T is like, bro, it's got to be. So I'm sitting back listening to the conversation. I'm like, bro, you can't be talking about Greensboro, yeah, A&T. And then I'm sitting there like, bro, I went there and it's like, nah. And then I graduated 14.
He's an old man, guys.
He's an old.
We just wanted to let everybody know he's an old man.
Old as dirt.
I'll be 30 this year.
Old school.
Damn. You really? 30?
Yeah, 30.
Oh, you old as
Yeah,
dirt.
he is.
You
He's an
old
old
as
man.
shit.
91. Shout out.
Man said 91.
That's
That's a real odd ass year to pick, too.
Oh, my God. All right, so I have a question for
My
you.
man said to pick like I had a choice with
Yeah,
my mom
like-
and dad.
I mean,
came together.
you was swimming. Like, we all was swimming like Michael Phelps out that motherfucker. Y'all know that.
Shit, I was still in a nutsack by 91. You
Wow.
bugging. I was still being thought of. But
I got mo or whatever niggas want, player. I got dope, Cartier, call my phone, player.
I have a question for you, since Father's Day is coming up,
Yes, black fathers matter. Everyone needs to know black fathers are important. They're the best fathers in the world. Don't let anybody say anything different. Black fathers are the best fathers in the world. That needs to be known. That needs to be said. Everybody needs to know that. Thank you.
Wow, that transition hella fast. But since you're a father, what's the best part about being a dad?
That's crazy. I mean, it's really subjective. I mean, to me, going to work, providing, and, making sure he has everything is the best aspect for me. But after all of that, regardless of how many hours you work, come home and stuff, once you see him and the joy that he gets by looking at you when you open the door and saying your name, Daddy, and running to you and all of that, that's really like the best part. That lets you know that everything you're doing is not in vain. Although you may be tired and, don't really want to play right now because you work this amount of hours and stuff, but just seeing his excitement for you when you walk through the door is like the biggest part of everything.
Okay.
Wow.
No, that's deep.
That was deep.
That's deep.
That made me get a little emotional in my bag. Sheesh.
I don't know. I feel the waterworks coming.
That
There we go.
Damn. So, oh, wow. That hurt a little bit. I was like, damn.
I wasn't expecting no real heavy answer like that.
I didn't expect that at all. What's your like? How are you going to celebrate your next Father's Day? Well,
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is your
what's
second
going on?
Father's Day, right?
This will be number 3.
Number three.
three,
So how are you
okay.
going to celebrate it and celebrate yourself as a proud father?
Black father.
Oh God, yes, black father.
Yeah, so I mean, first and foremost, there are good fathers out there, and not only just good fathers, but black fathers as well. It's often portrayed like we're either in jail or, dead, but despite all of that, like there's still good ones out there, and I'm living proof of that.
Facts.
But
Big facts. A little humble brag.
Right, that's a humble brag.
yeah,
But nah, talk it, speak it, bro.
Talk that
speak
shit.
it,
Talk
cause you
that
hear,
shit.
Yeah,
you hear.
like
There's a
it-
lot of fathers that's not around, but you doing your thing, like you working, you getting up every day. Speak
Absolutely.
that needs to be applauded.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like you when I grow up.
Be
Exactly.
better, be better. But nah, like I'm, there's a whole lot of single mothers out there. Shout out to y'all as well. But it's on Father's Day is really like downplayed because yes, you have your bad this, you have your bad ones there, but for the ones that's still here trying to do what's right, saying that whole mother's.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you. I was about to
Yeah.
ask you, how do you feel about that as a father? How do you feel when people say, well, my mom, she was my mother and my father,
Yeah.
or vice versa?
Yeah. Now don't get me wrong. Like, if your mother had to play that role, and she did the best that she could by all means. You know what I'm saying? I applaud that effort because she was left in a situation where she just did the best that she could. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, that's not your day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Father's Day. If your father is absent, then you wait around till Mother's Day come around, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So but you know, I guess back to the real question. I mean, I'm a simple guy, so like just having him around me at the house, and like, you know, whether I want to watch TV, play the game, or, you know, just shoot with the fellas and stuff, like just having him around me on that day is, you know, just big for me.
So when is the moment that you realize, like, yo, I'm really doing like this dad shit, like I'm doing it, like?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it has to go back to, you know, when I first started, like, you know, like that enjoyment that you see when you walk through the house and like he calls your name like daddy, you know, and runs up to you and stuff like that. Now, don't get me wrong, that is a big moment, but it does not happen 7 days out of the week. You know, sometimes you do come in the house, bro, and you know he's right there playing, and you know, Sesame Street or whatever the kids watch on TV, you know, it might be playing
Paw Patrol,
and you know, well, you know, I'm 30, so you know that's Sesame Street was what we watched. But, you know, Paw Patrol.
That's such a dad thing to say, too. The idea that we're not going to watch stuff that, like, kids your age were like, nah, we watching stuff from when I was a kid.
Yeah, because
I at least got to be entertained, too.
You know, you want them to watch it, but at the same time, you're still around listening to it. So you at least want to be engaged in some type of way if you do look up from your phone or whatever you may be doing.
So what's the one that you admit that you like, that you're like, this is all right, I can get behind this?
And they got the catchy jingle and shit too. I know it's something that caught you.
Right.
Okay, well, see, I don't think I got to that point yet, but I do know that my son likes to watch Blippi, and I'm not sure if y'all familiar with that, but
The fuck is
Nah,
that?
I don't know what that is.
It's like, to me, the most annoying, like, whatever, like, he's like Pee Wee Herman to like the 10th power. Y'all might not even know who that is. But
We ain't that damn young.
I've heard the name. I've heard the name, but I ain't never seen any of the stuff.
I know
they
what
did.
damn Pee Wee Herman is. You're gonna say I'm that damn young.
But
Sheesh.
nah, I mean, like, no, like, I like Pee Wee Herman. Like, you know, every Pee Wee's Playhouse, shout out to that. And, you know, Big Top Pee Wee, and the one where his bike got stolen and all that stuff. Yo, so I do mess with Pee Wee, but at the same time, you know, like, Blippi takes it to like a whole different level, and like I only relate him to Pee Wee because that's what I have to base off of.
Yeah.
But it's definitely like to the 12th power, and it's just a whole bunch of extra stuff. But my son loves them, so it's like, you know, whatever I feel is like, if he'll sit there and watch it, be quiet for a little bit, then it is what it is.
He ever come up to you with the dirty ass diaper and just like, Dad, as soon as you walk in the door, shit in the drawer.
No. Thankfully.
Right.
Nah.
That day is coming. That day is, look, we're going to get to yo.
Let's not do that. My son is 3. He's potty trained, thankfully. And
Right. Clap it up for him for being potty trained. That's a big step at 3. That's a big step.
That's a big step.
he's potty trained, and yeah, we're not. Now we did have the episodes of, you know, the diapers being pulled off and smeared on the wall, but you know, that was definitely before he could talk and, you know, knew what was going on.
So how many minutes did your son have to see you after doing that? I said, how many minutes did your son have to see you after doing that? I know you had to be like, hey, son, you do this again, you gonna have to step outside for another 5 with me, bro.
Oh, no, to be honest, it was more his mom had to see me because, you know, like, like there's certain foods that you give your child and you know that's going to make them go to the bathroom. So I feel like you should be on it. So, like, you doing that and letting him free range, then, you know, I feel like you should be the one that I see the hands with. But you
That
know.
motherfucker got that nuke in his drawers.
Exactly.
And on second thought, I do not provoke women violence.
I knew that was coming. I was thinking in my head. We do not promote
jokes, no,
domestic violence at all.
No, if you put your hands on a woman and you're a man, you a sucker. You deserve to get your ass whooped.
Big facts.
Sorry.
That's serious talk. You a sucker. You deserve to get your ass whooped.
And I hope you get pepper spray because that bitch burn.
Right.
Shit.
But I see Sean now. Now I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm thinking like, oh man, what should I do? Because I'm a dog dad, so I should. How should I celebrate Father's Day?
You ain't no damn father. You adopted him. He wasn't even a puppy. He was.
But still,
he could walk and
I'm
piss.
a dog dad. It comes with the territory, right?
Oh my god!
I deserve something
constitute.
like a card or something.
Yeah, he gonna chew a damn another remote and shit in your room.
No.
Happy
If he do
Father's Day
that,
gift.
he may have to see me.
That's your Father's Day gift.
No, I can't allow that because that's too much. That's too much. I don't want him to shit in my room again because no, that's horrible.
I got mo or whatever niggas want. I got dope, Cartier, call my phone.
So, Stevie, going back to your comment you made earlier about celebrating mothers on Father's Day and stuff like that, don't you think they should get that celebration? A lot of times they're the father figure. They don't have anybody teaching them how to be a man and how to do this and how to do that. Nobody decides to step up and take that role. Uncles, brothers, whatever, in that sense. So why wouldn't you give them that? The mothers are, hey, you did your homework. Hey, I'm teaching you how to treat a woman. I'm teaching you, the whole nine. So, until the day that they have somebody, hey, that they want to, that treats them like that, why wouldn't you celebrate them and give them the flowers while they're doing the job, while they're handling it, because they're holding it down?
All right, so yeah, like if that's all you really knew, then if your mother was there and that's all you really knew, and you really didn't have a father figure, whether it be an uncle, a cousin, a brother, or someone older that already experienced life and just want to share some jewels or values to life, that if she was all you had, then that's fine. And she has a day for that, and that's Mother's Day. Nah, ain't no funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has that day. You know what I'm saying? Now, she could play both roles and this and that, but let's just go to, Google. That's definition.
Google's been everything.
Right.
So if you type in definition of a father, it pulls up a man in relation to his child or children.
Sperm donor.
What?
Okay.
All right,
Well,
being a sperm donor ain't being a father. Because anybody can donate sperm.
Shit, you damn right. So you're a dad in a sense. Anywho.
Okay, so if you...
I mean, biologically, you're you're biologically a dad, but you're not a father. Those are two different things.
Right, and I'm only speaking on the father, by definition.
Okay.
So a father, it says again, a man in relation to his child or children. Keyword is a man. So if your mother does everything she can for you, she's not a man. So therefore, by definition of Google, that we didn't come up with, you know what I'm saying? It's just stated where everybody can see a man. Is your mother a man?
Absolutely
not. Nope.
I would hope not. I would hope not.
So just by definition, she cannot be your father.
Exactly.
So when you celebrate Father's Day, she cannot be put in that category.
For the dads, the actual dad.
You have your own day. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? And not to get with the whole gender roles and stuff like that, but just by definition, a man. Not my definition, because I didn't come up with this. You can look at Google right now, and you can pull that up for yourself, and it says a man.
Okay.
So if you're not a man, then how can you be celebrated for Father's Day? Now in this day and age, you can go into a different, conversation about what equates of a man. Now that will be another discussion. But just by definition, your mother cannot be celebrated for Father's Day because she is not by definition a man.
So I want to cut you off for like 1 second. I'm sorry I had to do that, but
Right.
like I feel like in terms of like mothers and fathers, you see the mother that's always every day they get praised. You don't see the same type of praise for fathers, especially like I said, especially before not black fathers. Like
Absolutely not.
like you don't see that same level of praise, that same level of being put on a pedestal, because a lot of fathers is just looked at as, oh, that's just my dad, and it's like, but mom is like, oh, like that's my mom, she's on everything. And it's like, so your dad ain't like, if your dad is in your life, appreciate that, because like I said, there's a lot of people that don't have that.
Absolutely.
So please be appreciative of that and really, you know, let people know like, yo, my dad did have an impact on me for real, and he did help me out. If he didn't, you know, say what you gotta say about him. If he did, appreciate that, give him respect, give him that credit.
Absolutely. I think just, you know, sometimes I think the problem is with sometimes having a father figure in the house as well is that they don't always fit the mold. I can speak from a male's perspective because I know men become a mama's boy. And it's because the mothers are a lot more sensitive to the aspect of a male. Like, they understand that, yo, sometimes we need to talk. Sometimes we need to let it out.
Yeah, but as a male, like the example of seeing what a man looks like is gonna be your father. Like, it's not gonna be your mother. Your mother is an example of what a good person will look like as being your mother and being a sweet, sensitive soul. If that, you know, that's what your mother is. But like, as far as being like what a man looks like, that's what you look at your dad like. Oh, like if your dad's a good man, you like, I want to be like him.
But sometimes it becomes that situation of, yo, your father learns how to be a dad from his dad. So sometimes, you know, and a lot of times back in the 70s, 80s, granted, because thank God my father was in my life, but in those sense, they learn from their fathers. So they feel like they learn from that aspect. So I know that can be a very traumatic as well. So it's very hard to do that. It's very hard to say, yeah, that's teaching me how to be a man, because that's not the correct way sometimes, because you're learning from a dude who didn't know his father. Now he's doing
And that's a lot of issues that, you know, black people face, is that, you know, a lot of times they are coming from those situations. You know, you see that more often than we actually should. You see people come from those situations where they didn't have a dad, and they kind of, now that they are fathers, they're kind of learning on the fly and just being them. But there's no definition of being what a good dad is. I think there's more of a definition of what being a bad father is than what it is just to be a good dad, or a good parent in general. I don't even say dad on that. I say a good parent in general, because, you know, sometimes people can be good parents but just do it in unconventional ways.
Definitely. I mean, that's the main thing. Like, at this point, I think as fathers and, you know, like men in general, we have to challenge ourselves and each other to the point where if expressing your emotions does not make you feminine.
No, it doesn't.
Oh my God.
You know,
It
and
doesn't.
I think like, to piggyback from where Sean was coming from earlier, it was like you do lean more to your mother, because I'm not, if something is bothering me and I need to let it out, I'm going to go to my mother, because I know that there's comfort there. I know that, you know, I can say anything that I feel, or, you know, how I feel to her, and it's going to be comforting. But we also have to challenge ourselves as men to, you know, be as open the same way. And we can't say that, oh, because my son came to me with a problem and he's crying and this is how he feel, then, oh, you might be a little punk, or, you know, you need to tough it up. No, you need to get it out and express exactly how you feel.
Facts.
Because that, you know, that right there deters, you know, okay, well, I know I can't go to my dad with this because he's going to say this and he's going to do that, but I know I can always go to my mom.
Right.
And, you know, just being a strong father, it's okay to let them know that, hey, if you need to let it out, you let it out. However you need to, let it be done. But the most important part is getting it out and feeling comfortable while you're getting it out.
Right. Well, just as a transition, so, you know, I feel like we don't ask this enough of, you know, our brothers, like, where's y'all mental health at right now? Like, are y'all feeling good? Like, y'all in a good place? Like, you know, where y'all at right now as far as your mental health and your space and just your mindset?
Well, personally for me, I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like deep down, I'm not doing enough.
What do you mean by that?
And when I say that in a sense of I have a life plan. Like, knock on wood, I got about 60, hopefully more summers left. I want to be able to look back in my life and have no regrets. And I did this. And my kids look back at me like, yo, grandpa, you did this? Oh, you went Scott, blah, blah, blah. Ooh, you did this? Yeah, I did all of this. I worked hard. I did everything in my life so I could set you guys up and set your father, your mother, or whatever up so they're in a good position. So when I say I'm not doing enough, I feel like I'm in that bubble of I'm anxious because I don't know what the future holds. But I'm in regret because I know what the past did and what I didn't do.
Yeah, that's understandable.
That's where those two meet, and it's like a clash. It's in the middle because I personally, I don't know what's the next step. What's the next move? Is this gonna be the best move for me? This gonna be the right decision? This gonna put me on the path I need to be? Is this gonna make me do? So you constantly asking yourself these questions. And it's like, yo, you're pulling your hair out. And a lot of times, personally, I don't speak about it. I'm one of those individuals that...
No, you need to speak on it. You need to speak on it and let it out.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm one of those individuals. I promote therapy. I promote black men getting the mental awareness that they need.
Black people.
But I'm also like a hypocrite because I'm also in the sense of I hold everything in. I bottle it all in. I let it in. I let it in. And I'm like, yo, it's going to explode in the wrong situation, but I hold it in. And that's just me because I'm like, yo, whatever I'm going through, I got to get through by myself. I can't rely on my moms. Like rent is due, car note is due, car insurance, credit card bill, boom, all this is due. And I can't go back to, hey, ma, hey, dad, hey, brother, I need you.
See, that's the mindset of black men. Like the idea that like we feel like I gotta do things on my own. I gotta take care of things on my own. Like, and we're kind of trained and conditioned to feel that way from even back in slavery when it was like we were, being, raped and doing all this and all this other stuff that happened back then, but we never could express it how we felt. We couldn't express, the idea that we see master, having sex with our wives and our kids and all that against their will. It's like, how can you process that? That leads to generational trauma. And I feel like a lot of us as black men are feeling that right now. Absolutely. As far as us not being able to feel comfortable in expressing ourselves and how we feel and everything like that.
Big facts. I mean, just piggybacking off of that. I mean, like you can try, but you can't even imagine how like, your master is, talking or mistreating your wife, right in front of you while you're plowing in the fields, or even, like hitting your son while you're in the fields doing your work. And
it's fucked up.
Yeah. And I mean, like, really, like,
put it
right in front of you. And in the back of your mind, if you even reach or try to do something, you're either going to get whooped or dead.
Right. It's like they're emasculating you.
Right. And I mean, from that moment on, you're triggered to think, like, I got to continue to do my work to provide for my family. But if he killed my wife, then, and my son, I won't have a family to provide for. But I know that I still have to work. I can't do anything. I couldn't even imagine what would go through your mind. But those instances like that trains you to be like, I'm going to just keep doing it. Regardless of the situation, I just got to keep going. Right. So somebody asks you how your day is. It's going good. Knowing everything is coming against you and you just like, man, I don't know how I'm going to pay this or I don't know how I'm going to get through this. But your response is, I'm good.
Yeah,
I do it all the time.
Yeah, I hate that response. I'm good. Well, are you really good or are you just saying that you good?
Yeah, because I mean, even when people ask about like, well, first of all, most people don't ask you about your mental health. They just say, how are you? And that's just something to say. That's not even like meaningful. But like, if somebody actually take the time out and ask you like,
how are you?
How are you
Right.
doing?
Where's
Like
your mind
mentally, like then it sets you back because the whole I'm good ain't gonna work.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because if you actually care for the person, and you know, if they took the time to care out for you to ask you that, then your response to them would be something caring as well. It should be meaningful.
Yeah.
So the whole I'm good thing is out the window. So
Right.
now you have to lay out how you actually feel.
Right. It's up to that person too. Like, you know, if I hear, you know, somebody that I'm close with say, I'm good, I ask them how they're doing and they're like, oh, I'm good. Like, I can hear it in their voice whether or not they're good. Like, you don't sound good. Like, there was a couple days ago where I hit Sean up where I was just like, where he was talking to, I was like, yo, Sean, you good? Like, you straight?
Yeah,
He's
it
like,
was
And
by
I'm
the
like,
way I was
Sean, like,
texting.
I know you, Sean. Like, you're not straight. Like, you
Facts.
good? Like, you need to talk about it. And then he called me. We talked about it. Like, but that's what we got to do as black men, as black people. Because I like to say a lot of times that black man is the most feared, but the black woman is the most overlooked and, you know, treated like the worst. So
Absolutely.
we got to take care of each other. We got to make sure that our queens are straight, our sisters are straight. We got to make sure our brothers, our kings are straight. And, you know, we got to make sure our kids are straight. We got to do that as people. We got to look out for one another.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's so crazy that, you know, mental health is overlooked, and it's so, you know, it's just crazy, and it's unhealthy in a sense. And I'm, you know, personally, I'm one of those I'm good people. Like, it's, and I forgot who said it, but somebody has said like, yo, you got two faces that you show. You show one side to the public and one side to inside. And that one to the public, you're good, boom, 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 boom. But that one that you show inside is ready to pull the trigger, and you like, damn, who can I go to? And a lot of times I feel like you need to, you know, have that outlet, to have something to do, because, you know, like I was in a situation probably 2 years ago that I wasn't like the healthiest at all, but I had to walk, like I had to get out and do something.
Right.
And me being in the house, like I was in college at the time, my fault. I was in college, I'm about to say in the house, but I was in college at the time, and bro, me staying in the room and just staying in my thoughts, I was ready to lose my mind. Like,
And we all told you then, you gotta get out. We all told you then, yo, come on, let's get out the house. Let's do something. Like, because it don't make any sense for you to just sit in here and be miserable and just let your mind wander and let it just go straight to hell.
oh yeah, and you know, I was doing a test the other day, and it was like a audio, and it was saying, oh yeah, it just had it playing of the voices that people actually hear in their head, and it had a voice of like you have a dude saying, yo, you ain't shit, you the one, boo, you pig, you fucking swine, you stink, you motherfucker, why are you laughing, why are you smiling, wipe the smirk off your face, you're the one, just do it, and I'm like, bro, to have that type of voice in your head all day, and some people, you know, they listen to it, me listening to it, I'm laughing the whole time, but
Can't do that.
but there's actually people out there that's playing that shit is playing like Blockbuster. It's rewinding in their head and just keep going back and forth, and it's so crazy. And it's, you know, and being in North Carolina now, you realize that a lot of these people that are in prison and in jail and locked up aren't people that need to be locked up. These are people that actually need the mental health concern. These are people that are not just, they're committing crazy crimes. They out here raping kids, cutting people, homicide, you know, stealing. They're not doing stuff like that. It's mass homelessness. You know, petty things like, they stole a damn chocolate bar out of damn store. They sold a soda because they hungry as hell. Like, bro, you shitting me? Come on, let's get them the help that they actually do deserve,
Right.
and not, you know, let's throw them in the. And now we're gonna make it worse because now you throw them in there. Now you got officers in the jail that got to deal with these crazy motherfuckers. And I'm not saying you're crazy, but people that got things going on in their head. That, you know, and then you got the medical care in there that fucking is garbage. So you got to deal with that. So you dealing with all of that, bro. It's all collapsing, and it's like, bro, what do you do? What is the alternative route? And, you know, I see a lot of places now that they're doing, hey, instead of police, we're sending people who are trained to handle people of mental awareness. And it's like, why did it take this long? Why did it take 2021, 2020 for you to finally understand, oh shit, mental health is so issue?
Because when police get caught killing people on camera all the time, at some point somebody's gonna have to hold them to like, yo, like if someone has something mentally wrong, we can't send the police out there because they're supposed to de-escalate situations, but they only escalate them most of the time.
Absolutely. And it's scary that, you know, that they pull the trigger real quick. Oh,
shoot first, ask questions later. Because when you have a track record of just walking free away from it, why would I care if I shoot somebody? For what? For who? I ain't gonna get in trouble. But in Minnesota, that changed, and I'm glad that they lock in Chauvin up. I hope they lock them other folks up too, because that was crazy.
Absolutely. And you can't be a bystander. Somebody putting a knee on somebody's neck, bro. And I've seen it happen, and it's like, you know, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like I've been a bystander. Like I've looked, I was like, yo, what the hell is a captain or sergeant? They gonna look at me like, bro, if you don't get out my damn face, bro, you knew. Get the fuck out my face. And it's like, damn, what do I say? What do I do? You know, to handle a situation like that. What's the proper steps? Because then now, don't get me wrong, you know it's wrong, but at the same time, you like, yo, you step out of pocket. That's your job and that's your shit. Now you gonna be in the situation of you gonna be losing your shit.
Right.
So it's you know, it's a double-edged sword. And it's like, all right, cool, bet. At the end of the day, you know, at the end of everything, whatever you believe in, religion-wise, you're gonna have to answer for all of this shit. You're gonna have to answer for everything. You know, everything you done crazy, everything you done you're gonna have to answer for all of that.
Right.
So, you know, it's be careful how you treat people. Be careful how you handle situations.
Very careful. Very, very careful. So, I just want also now. So let's get to a little more upbeat. I feel like this whole episode we've been getting real dark.
It took us there.
We took it to a place that I'm glad we took it. It need to be said, but let's open it back up.
Damn.
So all right. So I got a question for you based off of something I read this week. So y'all may have heard about it. Pooh Shiesty, right? Got locked up down in Miami for shooting, right?
Gun charge.
Right. He got. So it led me to think, right? How much amount of money do you have to make for you to be like, all right, I'm changing who I am. Like, I'm not going to be the same person I was before. Because, like, him going into a club like that and shooting at folks, that's him, like, not even thinking about how much money he's making, how much, you know.
Money he's losing out on.
Right, money he's losing out on. So, for you, Stevie, how much would you think to change you? And would money change you?
Shoot, man, that's kind of hard to answer, man, because of course everybody's first instinct is to be like, nah, I'm gonna be that same person. I'm gonna be that same person I was with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be with the same girl. I'm gonna be with the same dude or whatever. You know, but then when it's actually in your hands, then you know, that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like if you get paid on Friday, but it's Tuesday. Your selection on what you gonna eat that day is gonna be different from what it is on
You see,
Friday.
he ain't giving out an amount. He talking, but he ain't giving out an amount. I said, what's the amount? He like, I don't want to say.
But or not, it ain't even that I don't want to say. I just don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been, you know, blessed to have the job that I do have, but at the same time, like, it's a lot to some folks, but for me, it's, you know, just getting by.
Right. Yeah.
So like, if I had. I just honestly want to live comfortable. So like, if I had enough money to where I wouldn't have to worry about the next week, like if I buy this pack of beer, is it gonna affect?
You know, gotta look at that account,
right?
You
gotta look at the account.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is it gonna affect my son? Like, should I have? You know, if I get this $20 pack of beer, like, is that if by the next time I get paid, is he gonna be all right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I just want to live comfortable where. Pretty much I have everything that needs to be paid on auto pay, and when I get to the gas pump, I just want to swipe, you know what I'm saying, and be like, fill it up. I don't want to be looking at like 3502.
Damn, bro. This bitch been drinking.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to, if I go 7 cents over or something, I don't want to be mad because it's like, oh man, here we go with that. But you know what I'm saying? I just want to have enough to be comfortable, but I don't think like I guess I'm gonna be like everybody else. But I don't think money would change me. You know, even
I know it changed me.
Out of all the saying that.
But you know the crazy part is that they, you know, I was listening to something earlier and the dude was like, yo, he was like, just because people think they have money, they think that excludes them from having emotions, excludes them from having feelings. No, you're gonna be the same. You're gonna be the same person.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be excluded from
you're
sadness.
Be the same, but you're not gonna have the same type of problems like when you're rich like that. The problems change. Like I've said before, like when you're rich, you're the same person that you always were. Your personality just get elevated because at that point, like you have nothing to care about because you gonna have money forever. Like someone like Travis Scott, why would Travis Scott care about what people think about him? He's gonna have money forever, right? So he can have the weird tattoos, the weird haircut, the weird all that because he good. He don't got to worry about nothing.
Absolutely, but. Okay, in a sense like that, I mean, he does have to worry because if you don't, you have to make the correct investments with stuff like that. Because if you're not making the correct investments, that music money is not forever unless you own your masters. Unless you own your masters or you produce on other albums, that money is not forever. That money is lucrative for the time being, tours and all of that. But you got to realize everything that comes with it. And, you know, especially with a lot of these artists, they love to have sex. They don't like condoms, so they love to put babies in the motherfucker.
That's the young people, like young boy.
They love to put babies in them. They love to tote guns. They love to get a gun charge.
But you see, they all locked up.
Yeah, they all locked. Or look, better yet, you beat the case, but how much did you pay to put on the lawyers? How much did you pay for Johnny Cochran's best lawyer to come and pull you out of that situation?
Right.
Hey,
I didn't do it.
But see, the thing about that, and I don't know too much about the music industry, but the thing about that is, regardless of what they drop to beat the case, all you really have to do in that instance is drop another banger, and then you're on your way back to where you were.
But I feel like it depends on the charge. Like for someone like Bobby Shmurda was in prison for like 7 years, and like he went into prison like one of the hottest rappers out. And even coming out, he's not the same.
Like 2 songs, really?
Right, but even still, everybody was checking for him. And then when he got out, everybody was checking for him. When he got out, it was like, yo, Bobby home, like, all right, let's see what's going on now.
He still ain't made no
Still
music.
waiting.
But ain't he under contract?
But people waiting on his music.
But ain't he under contract with somebody else that he owes like an album?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know his contract situation. But all I'm saying is if he put out an album right now, I guarantee you all of us would be like, oh shit, Bobby Shmurda dropped.
I wouldn't even own him like that to be real, but you know what I'm saying. But
that's
get
trash.
The hype.
Shout out to Bobby Shmurda.
I mean, nah, I ain't
Big
saying
facts.
nothing against him. I'm
Bobby
just saying
bitch,
like that.
bugging.
That won't down my alley. But I mean,
but how? But you are old, so
but you old though, so it don't matter. Like
he's listening to Frank Sinatra, BB King, and shit like that.
Yeah, right. Shout out to Chance the Rapper.
So that should go to. You know what? I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I don't fuck with Chance because Broderick punk ass don't fuck with Chance. I love Chance. You good in my book. Some of y'all songs on your recent album wasn't the greatest.
That album was trash.
Okay, it wasn't trash. Okay,
garbage.
It wasn't. You can't.
Boo Boo Sauce.
When the dude one of his favorite rappers is Gucci Mane. Like that's when you know Chance can't be the.
But see, this is the same thing I'm trying to tell Sean. Me being from the South, Gucci Mane is he reigns differently with me. Like his music just it puts me in a different place because like I understand more like what he's talking about compared to you being from New York. You're not gonna get it.
Understand the old Gucci. I mean, most of his stuff was like sinus infection type. Rap. No, shout out to Gucci Mane. Like, I mean,
big shout out to Gucci Mane. And we're not slandering Gucci on this podcast.
I'm not slandering him.
We're not bashing him at all.
But me personally, I was more of a Jeezy here. So,
here we go. Here we go.
I ain't starting that off.
Oh, here we go.
But I mean, I just brung it up because he said from being from the South. I'm from the South as well. But I was on that.
But see, you're older than us. So Jeezy was regular. You come from the era where Jeezy was a man. I don't come from that era. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm a little too young for that.
I come from with 50. Get rich or die trying. That bullet hole in the damn.
50 was dope.
50
is dope. You know what I'm saying? He making power moves. Not only,
no show intended, but
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know. I was bad because I was one of those kids. Like I had get those little I'm not snitching on myself, but I would get the little CDs and everything, and we would, I would have my brother put like Al Green on that, and then have 50 Cent right after. That had
That's
Teddy
a wild
Pendergrass.
playlist. That's a wild playlist.
They have Teddy Pendergrass. Bro, I was in 3rd grade, bro. Having put Teddy Pendergrass, Turn Off the Lights, then put Get Rich or Die Trying. You wait till you see my life and I hustle. I was like,
Sean has no idea whether or not he wants to fuck or if he wants to pistol whip somebody. He has no idea.
Really?
Bro, but that was just where I was at, and I think a lot of that times because my pops he played he played a lot of, like, when we go on road trips. My dad is one of them old motherfuckers who don't update his playlist, so his iPod has the same like 976 songs. So I heard, bro, I didn't even know he was listening to the Best Man Holiday soundtrack till about 2 days ago, and I was listening to it. I'm like, oh shit. You be the best man I could be. I was like, oh damn. I was like,
shout out to Tyrese, shout out to Genuine.
Yeah.
But see, I honestly,
It was somebody else on that song too.
Oh,
on,
it wasn't Carl Thomas, was it?
Nah, it wasn't Carl Thomas.
Look it up.
I got you right now.
The shout out to them. Shout out to Tyrese. Tyrese, I saw a video of him and Baby Boy the other day when Melvin beat his ass. Yeah. Boy, oh boy.
It was Genuine, RL, Tyrese, and Case.
Okay, so because of my age, I don't know who 2 of them people are.
Oh, here we go.
But Genuine and Tyrese, shout out to y'all. Case and what was his name?
RL.
RL?
Yeah.
Damn, RL. That's a wild initial. RL, that don't even roll off the tongue. You could have picked some better initials than that, bro.
You know what? My son made a hit song. And I was in here. I know my speaker was looking at me like, bro, we play this damn song one more time, bro. I want the hands. Like, we was in there.
But I mean, man, like I was saying, Gucci's, he hits different down south, and you'd never understand that. But you're the same person that says Lil Wayne is trash. So
who?
I don't want to hear about you. Your music opinions. You?
Oh, you got to be kidding me!
Didn't you say Lil Wayne was trash?
And like I said before, I've never been a Lil Wayne.
You hear this,
I'm not
right?
backtracking.
You heard him say this.
Backtracking.
Stevie, you've heard him say this, right? You've heard him say this.
He said
I'm not
trash.
But he said he didn't like Lil Wayne's music.
I was never a huge Wayne fan.
But now he's backtracking.
I was never, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I was never
He's
a huge Wayne fan. I just wasn't like, oh my God, when Lil Wayne, I'm the best rapper alive. I was never.
He was.
I was never.
No, he's not the best rapper alive right now. The best rapper alive right now is Benny the Butcher.
Yeah.
Okay.
After the off season, bro, we not doing this. We not doing this, bro. You're crazy. You watch one YouTube. You watch one Instagram video.
I've been studying the fucking music.
You got Stevie walking up out of it.
I've been studying the music, bro. Like I've been on that hustle, that grind.
Griselda?
I've been on all of it.
Wow. Bro.
I don't know. Just been on my mind. Like Benny's different.
Yeah.
That freestyle from that I sent you last night, bro, that's different.
Broderick don't know if he want to sell coke in fucking Buffalo or he want to pistol with niggas in the South.
But I've been listening to him and Freddie heavy. Real heavy.
God. Anywho.
Why are you hating on my musical choice?
I'm not gonna say I don't like Freddie Gibbs because Freddie Gibbs fits in that Wayne perspective for me.
What?
Because I'm not a huge Freddie Gibbs fan. He makes songs that I'm like, oh, this shit fire. But he's never been oh my God, I gotta listen to Freddie. Yo, Freddie Gibbs dropped a new song. Oh my God. That song he dropped with Big Sean. What is it? Not My Things or the Things or That Things or the thong, whatever the hell it was, the 3 things it was. But whatever the 3 things it was, whatever he dropped, bro, I was about to go vote. I was in the vote line.
That
bro,
man
pouring
hit that
raining.
Right.
Pouring raining. Yeah, I was like, oh, I know people looking at me like, yo, why he voting? And he bumping
Lord
to him like,
mercy.
yeah. Like, I had to pause my music and to look like, damn, like, yo, this can't be the same song. Replay. Hold up. Spin it back again. Replay. Oh, this fire. But Wayne, like his last album he dropped,
You're hating.
fire. I'm mad he still ain't put the No Ceilings with No Ceilings 3 on Apple
But see,
Music.
my biggest problem is you talking about you saying that you like Wayne now, but you like older Wayne, like in like the goal to like the younger Wayne, because the younger Wayne,
my ears weren't tailored to that type of Wayne. Like my ears weren't tailored. As I've grown older, my ears have grown to understand music and understand things in a different perspective. So now that I'm listening to Wayne, I'm like, oh, this is fire. All right, this is fire. I still don't like this.
the wrong era of Wayne. That's all.
Nah, I mean, I listen. The fact that I'm listening to Lil Wayne is crazy. Like I've never been a huge Jay-Z fan, and I'm from New York.
Yeah, but I feel like Jay-Z he's different. He's an acquired taste.
I mean, that's music in general, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, music is mostly a feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you take like the song, what's that girl name? Avril Lavigne, Making My Way Downtown. That's
my shit.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
Not
like,
Avril Lavigne,
that's not her. But I know what song you're talking about.
We know what song you're talking about.
Yeah, but like, let's take that song for instance. Like, that song, when you hear it, it can take you to a place where it could be where you first heard it, or white chicks, or you know what I'm saying, like something like that. But it's more of a feeling. You know what I'm saying, and it's also waves. You know what I'm saying, because it used to be about love and all this stuff, and then
baby music,
and then you get to the hip hop where it's more of the who got the hottest punchline, or who do this, who do that. And
that's the culture though.
So do you? So my question for you is, do you feel like we connect to music more because it connects to things in our lives? As in the situation, as in a love of our life, or or an ex, whatever the case may be, or hey, damn, this was the day I adopted my dog and the new Drake came out.
See, definitely, I mean, music is definitely personal. You know what I'm saying, because we take one artist, or let's just stick with Wayne. You know what I'm saying? He said the same lyric in the same song that me and you both heard. You know what I'm saying? But how we perceive that is different.
Right.
Depending on where we're at in life, like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if he's talking about money, cars, and clothes, and I have no money, no cars,
and no clothes,
just enough clothes to get to work. You know what I'm saying? But you, on the other hand, living pretty good, and have all three of those, you can relate to that. I can't. You know what I'm saying? So even though he's saying the same lyrics and we're listening to the same song, it's a different meaning for me because it's personal.
Yeah, it takes you back to a different place. That's why I know Daytona front to back like that.
It's funny because I was just listening to Russ talk about he was making songs before he had money, and he was like, yo, we made a whole, he was like, him and his mans made a whole mixtape or whatever it was, a whole album, because that motherfucker got about 10 albums that just, you've never heard of, but 10 albums that came out that he did. And he was like, yo, we made an album one time called 2020, and we were just talking about the life that we was gonna live in 2020. Granted, we didn't have nothing. We were talking about, we was gonna be driving this Bentley, we was gonna be having this jewelry, we was gonna be having these clothes, So he was like, yo, I was talking about it because I was living in that moment. I was manifesting it. So, I mean, you sometimes relating to that song could be just you manifesting it in your mind. Like, yo, I'm going to have this whip. I'm going to have this clothes. Granted, you may have, look, jewelry's your thing. I may have this jewelry. You want to have all the women in your life? Women is, I want to have her. I want to have her best friend. I want to have her best friend's best friend, and I want to have the best friend after that, and her cousin, and then her aunt. Like, you want to have all that. So, that.
It's being a hoe, by the way.
No, I'm saying, but. No,
I get what you're saying.
Absolutely. But, I'm saying, but there's people that out there that's like, yo, I want to be successful for the simple fact that I want to be a slut. Like, I want to be out here doing me.
But see, those are the people that want to be successful for the wrong reasons. You want to be successful because one, you want to be successful because you just want that pride of yourself, one. And two, because you want to create something for your family going forward. If you want to be successful because you want to be with women, that's problematic. That's very problematic.
I agree, but at the same time, I guess the mindset would be to get successful / famous or whatever. Once you get your name out there, you can change your, outlook and how people perceive you. Your main thing is getting out there. Now, I'm not saying it's right to be a hoe and, just sleep with everybody.
Don't look over here.
But at the same time,
Oh no, we looking at you.
if you like, oh, that's the girl that slept with, 25 people, you know her name now. You know what I'm saying? Now, if
She may be a great woman.
But she becomes just as famous as you at that point. Like,
but see, that's what
she actually will become more famous than you because at the end of the day, people care about like people are
Sex
interested
sells.
in sex and people's sex lives. Like people care about that for some reason.
right, and that's what I'm saying. Like you can look at anybody like LeVar Ball. You be like, oh, that's that man that just talk crazy. You know what I'm saying? But
He speaks facts.
No, he speaks. That is the definition and the pinnacle of I'm going to speak shit into existence.
Facts.
and that's why I bring it up, yo. Because look, it's like, oh, all three of my sons are gonna be on the same team, and all of them gonna be there. Then you look at them like, man, you crazy.
Not the same team, but they gonna be in the A.
But you get my point. You know what I'm saying? Like when he say
The
that,
middle one may not though.
whether that's true or not, he's throwing it out there. But then it gets you to think like, okay, this man is crazy. What's his name? LeVar Ball. Now you know his name, and now the whole world know his name. And not only do they know his name, but now he has a brand with him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So not only do you know his name, you know he has a brand.
Absolutely.
Who's along in that brand? His kids. What, the same kids he was talking about that's gonna be on the same team? That's never gonna happen.
Right.
But the more you keep talking about it, now you know more about LeVar Ball than what you started off knowing.
Absolutely.
But all he started off with was saying something crazy, as we like to say, oh, he just said something crazy, and now we know his name. Now, once you get everybody to, know your name, then the perception of you can change.
So then what about someone like 6ix9ine where 6ix9ine did like a whole bunch of just outlandish stuff still doing it, and he got his name out there, but I mean he ended up with a Fed case.
But see, that's the difference, man. You gotta want to change. Some people go into it with the mindset, oh, I'm gonna just be famous for this reason. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't want to change, then that's totally on you.
No, I understand that. Like, and 6ix9ine, we don't support you on this podcast. We don't support rats, snitches, none of that. No, we don't support that on this podcast. Just letting that be known right now.
I don't even listen to his music, but
Yeah, we don't support rats on this podcast. Just letting everybody know that.
My whole thing is that you can't portray to live a life. You can't portray that, yo, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and put on this image. Granted, social media is a place for
It's the biggest drug in the world.
Biggest drug in the fucking world. It's a place for you to bullshit, to live this fantasy that you portray to everybody else. But you can't live that life and say I'm doing this, that, and the third. Then as soon as the people that you fear the most, look, he said I fear the most God and the feds.
Right.
As soon as the feds close down on you, you singing like motherfucking canary. You singing like damn Retribution. Like, bro, you can't be doing that.
But he's a goof. He's a clown anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like, his true colors were shown to me when he was ratting and snitching. It's like, dude, you were part of all this. What are you doing? And he's one of those people where, like, he wanted to be famous and didn't care what he had to do to get famous. He had no care, nowhere. He wanted to be famous. I don't even think it's about the money with him. I think it's about the fame. He wants to be remembered for something. But, like, is being a rat really what you want to be remembered for? Being like some rainbow-haired goof. Like, is that something you want to be remembered for? Because I wouldn't.
You know what the crazy part is that I'm thinking about it now, and it's just kind of dawning on me. I respect him a little bit.
I don't respect him at all. I don't respect him at all.
And you see, you're not
he deserves no respect from anybody.
You're not.
We still talking about 6ix9ine?
Yeah, 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Okay. I said I respect the work ethic that he put into it. He did everything. And when I'm saying he did everything that he possibly could in his power and everything to put himself out there, to put himself on the map, to get to the point where he wanted to be. That's the part that's the only
I don't even respect that
I give him. But other than that, everything else, him coming out his mouth, coming out his pocket to everybody else and their situation, whatever it is, I don't respect him for that. I will never respect you for that.
I don't even respect him for that because what he did to even get in that position was he went and tried to get with real gang members, like a real gang, and was like, I want to play this game. Like, I want to play this game of portraying myself like I'm this big time blood. And I don't have really any connection to the street. Only thing he may have been doing was selling, some dime bags of weed or something like that. But he had no real connections to the street. And for him to say, all right, I'm going to go and I'm going to do this thing with this gang. And not only that, but to immerse himself in it. Like, he was sending hits on people. Like, Chief Keef, he sent a hit on Chief Keef. Yes. And for him to get locked up and do all that crying and do all that talking, nah, he's a rat. He's a snake. He doesn't deserve to be trusted or respected.
True. But I ain't one for conspiracies and all this other stuff.
Here we go.
But all I'm asking was he set up that way from the start?
What, with the gangs being like
to infiltrate? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
and to expose.
He could have, but why that gang? Like, to me, it'd be different. To me, it'd be different if it was like the Bobby Shmurda situation, right? If he would have infiltrated that and kind of unraveled that, that's one thing. Because Bobby Shmurda and Rowdy Rebel, all them, shout out to them. They were building something. They already had something going on. Like when Hot Nigga came out, they were already building on that. When Computers came out, they were building on that. But 6ix9ine said, all right, I'm going to go to a gang just here in New York and say, all right, I'm going to just go with this gang. I'm going to ride their coattails to get viral. And then once I get viral, at that point, I'll use this gang as kind of like a protection. And then as soon as they were like, well, nah, we want some out of this too. When they turned into a gang, which is what they are, when they turned into, all right, nah, we going to get what we're owed out of you. Then it was like, oh, well, they're coming for my life. Nah, bro, you're a rat.
Would this be the first time, though, that we see somebody infiltrate a organization, especially a predominantly black organization?
No, it wouldn't be, but that gang isn't. That's not the organization. The government could care less about that gang. If anything, they want a gang like that to stick around because they promote killing other black people and causing harm to the community. So if anything, they will be pushing for their message and what they're doing to continue.
But also, you wouldn't because they wouldn't also want to promote that, because why would you promote that when you have so much money in private prisons? You get more money in private imprisonment than anything else.
Right, but the goal ain't necessarily about private prisons. The private prisons is making money. That has nothing to do with the government. The government is cool with prisons and making money with the government, but they're even more inclined to want to sabotage certain communities, and they have a track record of that. So,
yeah, but
for the record, I didn't throw out the government.
Oh no, I'm saying that, I don't care.
But isn't taking black men and maybe some potentially black women out of the community, because there's some black women that are bloods, taking them out of the community and locking them up, a sense of damaging the community as well? Especially like in a sense, like, okay, better yet, like the Black Panthers, they were doing breakfast systems.
I'm not comparing the Black Panthers to any gang organization. I'm not doing that.
I'm not comparing them. But I'm saying, wouldn't you benefit that more? Wouldn't you benefit?
The difference between the Black Panthers and just the Bloods is that the Black Panthers they had all these organizations, all these programs set up. They had the free lunch program, the breakfast program. They had carpools. They had all those things set up in their own community. To compare to the Bloods, where the Bloods is just selling drugs and shooting at folks and that sort of thing. I'm not saying there's a sense of community in gangs, because if you look at the origins of what a gang starts from protecting community, but that's not what a gang is anymore. A gang now is, we're going to protect our community. However, we're going to terrorize our community in the process. So that's the biggest difference. That's why I don't like when, and I'm not getting on you about this, but I'm just saying as a general thing, like when people bring up like the Black Panther Party or the Nation of Islam or any of these other big black I don't want to say radical, but to the mainstream, they would be considered radical organizations, and comparing them to gangs because they're not like gangs. Gangs do things with reckless abandon. Those organizations do things strategically and planned.
Now these generations done changed as far as gangs and stuff because like I know when, and like I said, I'll be 30 this year, but when I was like in school coming up, like most people, you know, if you were in a gang, it was not, you know, if you knew somebody was in the gang, it was because of other people. Right. Nobody walked around and was like, I'm this and I'm that.
Right,
Hey,
I'm
wanna
big
join
blood,
up?
I'm big crip. No, people weren't doing that.
And the Bloods and the Crips didn't always wear blue every single day.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't have a flag hanging out their backsides, and they didn't have no what they do like not paper clips, but
What, like
the
the
little
chains and stuff and rings and
the pen thing.
pen-
You talking about?
Yeah, so like
signs?
you know what I'm saying, but my main thing is like it wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm this and that. But nowadays it's like, oh, I'm blood, or I'm crip, or I'm folk, or I'm this and that. But then when you ask them like, okay, so what does that mean to you? Like there's no answer behind that. It's
Right.
just I'm blood, I'm crip, I'm this and that, and I got my guns, and I'll, you know, my gang will shoot you, and it's like, okay, so like
What are you really accomplishing with that? Like, are you trying to say that because you want me to fear you? Like, do you want me to hold you with a certain level of respect? Because you being in a gang isn't going to make me feel a certain level of respect for you just off top, like, especially if I don't know you.
Right, because I mean, they'll use the term like, oh, I'm down for my set. And it's like, so what does your set actually have to offer?
Right. What is your set bringing you that makes it so where you're willing to die for it? I feel like if you're willing to die for something, you need to be willing to die for something that brings meaning and value, not only to yourself, but the people around you. And you saying, well, my stash house, I want to die over my stash house. I mean, what value does that bring other than short-term success?
Sometimes a lot of these gangs are the family that people never knew. Like, these are the family that they grew to know and love, and these are the brothers and sisters.
That's how they usually suck people in. Is
Absolutely.
We provide that protection, that family from you. You see what's going on here in the streets, even though a lot of times they're causing what's going on in the streets, but then coming back and saying, well, you can now be a part of us to protect us, and that's a little weird, ain't it?
Of course, but
It ain't weird. It's the ball and chain effect. Go ahead.
you know, it is a ball and chain effect. But you know, like I was saying, they when that's the only thing you've known, like you coming from a disruptive family, your mom is hooked on drugs, your dad is an alcoholic, or your dad was never in your life, or your mom gave you up for adoption, and you've been in it. Look, and it's a lot of situations that cause it. Oh, you've been going through house to house, halfway house to house, you know, and next thing you know, you're outside and, hey, what's up? You see people. Hey, you just got to get jumped in. That's it. You don't have to pay no fee. You don't have to pay no money.
You just have to get jumped in.
You
How
just
does, like
have to-
the thing is, how that sounds.
No. But I'm saying, but the sense of all right, so bad. You're hanging out with them for weeks on end. Hey, do you want to be a part of us? Do you want to hang out with us? Do you want to stay here instead of sharing a bedroom with 10 other people? Oh yeah, no, bro, come on. Look, we just need you to carry this around. Go drop this off. Oh, hold this for me. Boom. Yo, what's your like? You just got to fight these 3 people. Then you're good for like you never have to do this again.
You just have to fight these 3 people. Like just think about how that sounds. Like Steve, if I told you, yo, if in order for you to be on this podcast, both of us and somebody and my dog, we gonna have to beat the shit out of you for you to be on this podcast. Like you will be thinking like, what?
But if it's
like,
people that you trust,
Y'all wouldn't be listening to me on this shit.
Right, exactly. You would have something to say. Like you got to do all that. Like you can't just let me, can't let me become a part of this organization organically. Like
But it,
I mean, but that's a good point though. Like, think about that.
But look, you don't. But if I told you, boom, you don't know any better, and you trust me like with your utmost soul. Like I've been treating you good, I've been feeding you, I've been taking you around, you've been having fun, you've been having more smiles on your face than you've ever seen in your life. And I told you, you can hang around this, you could be around this all the time. You just got to get your ass whooped for about 30 seconds. You're gonna be like, oh, that's nothing.
What's 30 seconds to a lifetime, right?
Right.
It's a thought, not that I agree. Bro.
Right, a lifetime to you gonna be my brother for life. Granted, your brother may get popped the next week, but that's
I was gonna say. But then my next question is, okay, so you saying I'm gonna be a part of this for a lifetime? Well, how long is a lifetime? Because when you playing a game like that,
until I allow it to be
Russian roulette,
it's until death, man. And people get shot and killed every day. Like they get shot and killed every day, and this is, you can get initiated in the gang one day, the next day y'all putting in work, and it's over for you. You out.
Gone.
You think the gang gonna remember you?
Y'all watch Dragon Ball Super?
Nah.
I watched a few episodes of it. I watched it.
Okay, so I haven't watched it in a while, so my memory fades a little bit. But
you old?
Shut up. So, but see, I mean, it's the example. Like, okay, so not even using that example because it's not relatable to y'all, but that's like me causing a problem. Like I came up with the problem, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm also the solution. So if I create this problem, like if I come to your house and be like, oh man, your TV is bright. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's only bright because you don't have any blinds on your doors.
Yeah,
I created that problem. Your TV was fine before I came here, right?
Yeah.
So if I create the problem of saying, yo, you need blinds because it's going to make your TV dim. And you're going to be like, you know what? You're right. I created that problem. Now you have to go spend money to get some blinds.
To accommodate your issue.
But who's selling the blinds? Me.
Yeah.
I just so happen to have blinds.
Remain in control.
I got what you need.
Yeah.
Why? Because I created a problem.
That's true.
So if I create the problem, then I know you're going to come to me for the solution. Because it wouldn't really be a problem if I didn't have an answer to the solution, right?
You smart.
But I'm just, just like logically thinking. So like like back to the gangs and stuff, it's like, yo, 9 out of 10, you're creating the problems on the street.
Right. You're creating your own problems in the street.
But I'm telling you, I can protect you from that if you join us.
I mean, but see, if you weren't creating no problems in the street, you wouldn't have nothing to worry about.
It's like Forex, bro.
I wouldn't have anybody to recruit if I didn't create no problems in the street.
I mean, that's true too.
It's like Forex.
I mean, I'm just giving you a different.
I mean, no.
thought.
You're right. You're exactly right. Like if you create a problem in the community, you can kind of be in control of how that problem gets solved and who contributes to that problem. Like I said, my whole thing is just I want people to understand that you don't have to go down that path. Like it's cool to want to protect your community,
Facts.
But there's people out there. There's proper people out there for you to go to. Go to your local Black Lives Matter chapter. Go to your local NAACP chapter. I'm sure you have chapters of, a lot of cities have Black Panther chapters still around. Same thing with the nation. Like they still have those chapters around, and you have to seek those chapters out, seek those people out, and properly want to help and protect your community by not terrorizing them.
I mean, even going to your local YMCA and helping out and volunteering there.
Facts, that too.
Because a lot of, like I was saying, a lot of these kids don't see a father figure or a role model or somebody that's trying to steer them in that right direction. So, and then they follow a lot that's going on social media. So you see, look, Pooh Shiesty, the baby, everybody, oh my God, they getting a gun charge, boo. You think that shit cute? You think that shit is cool? So it's like, all right, I'm gonna follow the wave.
Right. No, I understand that completely.
It's like, in a sense, like I was saying, it's like Forex. You recruit more money.
Right.
You recruit more soldiers, more money. You pushing more weight.
Right.
More product.
Right. No, that's definitely, I understand that. But like I said, I don't know. I don't understand it. I think that we got to build more of a sense of community just in the people that live in the area, young and old. And in order to make people want to not feel like they had to be a part of a gang or be a part of any sort of violent organization or that sort of thing. And if they want to help their community, they want to protect their community. Like I said, there's proper channels for that. Definitely proper channels for that.
I got mo or whatever niggas want, player. I got dope, Cartier, call my phone, player.
All right, so for the last segment, we're going to do what we call the Stuck in Our Head segment. So we're each going, like we explained before, you know, it's the second podcast, so we're just going to go back over it again. It's just, like I said, it's anything that's you stuck in your head, we going to express it. We're going to let everybody know how we feeling. We just going to give each other a second to really get what's on our mind, because when we're talking, sometimes we don't all care about the same thing. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it to our guest. I'm going to let our guest go first.
That's very gracious of you, bro.
Right. We got to always let the guest go first. So, Stevie.
Yeah, fuck Stevie. No,
So, Stevie, what's stuck in your head, brother?
As always, I appreciate the hospitality, you know, and just to leave everybody off, just be the, you know, well, first of all, you have to find yourself, you know what I'm saying? And once you genuinely find yourself, be the best you that you can, because regardless of the element that you're up against, and you can go here, you can go there, at the end of the day, you'll be you and shine bright through any darkness, and, you know what I'm saying, overcome anything that you can just by being yourself. But we oftentimes, you know, lose ourselves trying to please others or trying to fit in and do all this stuff. But, you know, once you find the true meaning of yourself and genuine, then everybody, you know, everybody's not going to like you. It's not meant for everybody to like you. You have to get that in your head first.
That part.
But, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, when you step in a room and you being the best that you are, then those who, flock to you, or even if they don't come up to you, they see you from afar and be like, oh, he's a real one. You know what I'm saying? And maybe your paths come up, you know, later on down the road, but at least they'll recognize real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you always hear the saying, real recognize real, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more of a saying nowadays, because not everybody know who they are as themselves. And I'm not speaking from, like, I found myself and this is where I'm going. I'm still finding myself as well, you know, daily, as a father, as a brother, as a, you know, a companion. And, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not speaking from, oh, well, once you finally do it, then this is how you're going to act. But as long as, you know, I'm just putting it out there for everybody. Like, find your genuine self and be the best you can be.
That was deep.
Right. That was deep.
That was very deep.
That
Stevie,
was
how
deep.
long you been holding on?
Right.
to
How
that
long you
one?
been holding that one in?
Well, I mean, not really holding it in, but, you know what I'm saying? Like I just stated, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to find myself, you know what I'm saying? And I know that I can become better. I know there's, you know, faults. I know there's good points that I do have. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to put all of that into one, you know, is a real issue. And not so much as an issue, but, you know, it's real battling, because you feel like you're doing a lot of this and not a lot of this, not a lot of that. But at the same time, it doesn't deter you from who you actually are. So it's not so much as how long I've been thinking about it. It's just the process that I've been going through personally.
Oh, no, that's great. Those are powerful words. People, I know somebody out there need to hear that, and I'm glad that
Why you don't
you were able to express that.
Yeah, why you don't text me going through this shit? Like, you can text a nigga. You know, I live right down the street, bro.
Yeah, man.
You love me and Broderick live right down the street. You know, look at the nigga up. You know.
I mean, it's a constant battle. I'll be texting you daily. You know what I'm saying? Which is not a problem. But also, you'll be texting me daily. You'll be texting Broderick. Broderick be texting me. Broderick be texting you. It's a daily battle. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I don't, even by saying this, I don't even know if there ever comes a point to where it's like, this is truly who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because I manifested everything that I truly can become.
Right.
And, you know, well, personally, I feel like once you finally, like, get the best of you and, like, this is exactly who I am, you're probably gonna get hit by a bus and die. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's tough. That's
No,
horrible.
I'm saying just
that
to throw a
sounds really
dramatic
rough.
twist. But no, I'm saying like on a more serious note. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's meant for us to like grasp everything to the full extent in life. I think the pursuit of that is what keeps us going and motivated, and it should motivate us.
Right.
Just the pursuit of, you know, I don't want to quote the movie, but the pursuit of happiness or whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? Just the pursuit of that will keep you going in a genuine and, you know, most people nowadays like to call it vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the pursuit of all that.
Whatever your definition is happiness, that's your shit.
Right.
Right.
That's your shit.
All right, Sean, you want to go or you want me to
Damn,
go?
I don't know how you follow back after that, brother. I think you should go. I gotta
okay.
ponder for a second.
All right, I mean that's fine. I don't matter. It don't matter. I don't mind going. You know, just on what's been stuck in my head. Really, I've been listening to different things. I started listening to the 48 Laws of Power, so I just been able to spend time thinking about it, analyzing it, and really internalizing what that book means and the things that are said in that book. And I think a lot of the things in that book are things that I don't want to say people should live their life by, but they definitely should think about and consider just those ideas, because I think a lot of times successful people need to read books that change their mindset, whether it's good or bad. I think there's a place for all types of mindset in the culture and just in life, because your mind is constantly going to evolve and change. And I think this book can. What's the face for?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm listening.
Because you sound real frustrated.
No. It's very deep. Like I've been meaning to get into that book. So no, I wasn't interrupting you.
You look real frustrated. Like, why are you talking about this book?
I was watching Boomerang and I was thinking about Halle Berry.
Lord, how many? We're talking about real stuff, and he talked about Halle Berry. That tells you where his priorities are.
Hell no.
He's trying to find himself.
Yep, he's
y'all can
definitely
go to hell. Anywho, I've been trying to do
But
that.
yes, that's what's been stuck in my head. The 48 Laws of Power. Definitely recommend reading that. Been reading that heavy, and hopefully I could finish it and then find my way to another book, self-help, motivational book. I guess, would that be considered philosophy?
I guess in a sense.
Yeah, I guess in a sense. But either way, just, trying to get my mind right, trying to inspire myself, get that hustle. Understand what it's like to have the mindset of a boss, of a CEO. You got to have that mindset.
Also, I recommend, I think it's the 7 Irrefutable Laws. I recommend that book as well. Some dude that I used to volunteer at YMCA, he put me on to that. I haven't read it yet, but I need to get into it.
Oh, no, I'll look into it. Into it.
That's actually...
but before you go in, Sean, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, but tell people where they can find that book you reading at.
Oh, I'm just listening off YouTube right now. So
okay,
I got it on YouTube. I'm listening to it right now, and if you want to read the actual book, you probably can go on Amazon, find it. I'm sure you can find it wherever books are sold. But like I said, I just listen to it on YouTube because that's what I have time to do is just listen to stuff. So.
And it's free, fellas.
Yes, it's free, but
women.
Free 99.
Free, ladies, fellas, kings, queens. It's free. So please,
free facts.
soak up the game, guys. You can soak up the game for free. You can soak up the game for free. You can even if you may not be there, like in real life, as far as your job, you can transform your mind into being a CEO, being someone that wants to be in power positions. So once you transfer your mind into that, wherever you want to go is wherever you're gonna go, bro. So. Sean, your turn, sir, bro.
My turn. Oh, you put me on the hot seat. Damn, y'all both came with some heavy hitters. I think the biggest thing for me, trust the process. That's been like on my mind heavily, like weighing on my heart. Trusting that you're making the best decision for you, that you're putting in the right work, putting in the right time. The amount of energy that you need to put into whatever you're aiming for, that's the biggest thing. Trust the process. This shit is gonna test you. It's gonna have some ups and downs. It's gonna throw some haymakers, some uppercuts. It's gonna hit you. Like, you're going to get hit by a bus, as Stevie would say. But you're going to, like, trust the process that at the end of it all, you know, the higher power, God, the universe is all going to translate into something that you have to think it, you have to believe it, you have to just see it, and you have to see it through. Because at the end of the day, you have to trust that all the work that you're putting in is going to equal and to equate to what you're working towards and that goal that you have, regardless of it's, hey, I want to be here, I want to you look, trust that you're going to put yourself. Everybody wants to be a millionaire, but nobody. Look, Fab said it best. Everybody want to be bosses, but nobody want to put in the work.
Right.
So come on now.
True.
Everybody bosses. Who's really working? Come on now.
We putting in work.
So you know, it's the biggest thing. Shout out to Miles, because Miles would love that right now. Oh, you cool, Fab.
Yeah. Before we go, anybody want to put out any shout outs? Say what's up to anybody. Stevie, Sean, y'all got somebody you want to shout out? Anybody want to shout out?
Shout out to all those fathers out there, man.
Happy Father's Day.
Yes, happy early Father's Day to y'all.
Coming up. For me, shout out to my father. Shout out to my grandfather. Shout out to my son, Jacob, for making me a father. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I kind of made myself a father, but you know what I'm saying? So
after that long night of fucking, ain't it?
Or maybe it was a short night. I don't know. You know, it is what it is. But you know, but nah, all jokes aside, man, I appreciate y'all having me. And
I know, of course, you know, we always gonna have, like I said, we gonna have our people on all the time, get different perspectives, especially you being a father and us not being anywhere near being a father. So
absolutely.
Oh yeah,
some people are a little closer than others.
Right, some people are closer than others.
You know.
Hey, definitely. I ain't gonna forget. Shout out to my point guard, Keith.
Oh yeah, Keith, hold it down. You holding
Keith,
it down at basic. You holding it down.
Big facts. My son doing big things. You know, shout out to my boy.
Yeah, shout out to him. There's a spot on the pod right here waiting on you as soon as you get home. As soon as you get back.
Absolutely. But yeah, as Stevie said, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to my father. Happy Father's Day to my uncle, who was like my pops when I was in college. Happy Father's Day to my grandfather, R.I.P. the King. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers who's doing the right thing and being in their child's life and try. Granted, you and the mother man at work, but you're doing the right thing as a father.
Facts. Shout out to my pops.
Big facts.
Facts. Yeah, shout out to my pops. Shout out to both my grandfathers. You know, y'all definitely taught me a lot. Oh, y'all more than you'd ever even know. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to my little brother. Shout out to my cousin Michael. Shout out to everybody. Shout out my brother too. Right. Yeah. Shout out Dave. Dave, you coming on here? I don't care what you say. You coming on here, bro? That's but yeah, shout out
session.
But shout out to, like I said, shout out my pops, and happy Father's Day to everyone. This is Father's Day should be treated like a bigger deal than what it is, and going forward, you know, I know us as black men are definitely going to treat it as big of a deal as it is.
It's not enough Father's Day sales, too many Mother's Day sales.
Right, it's not enough Father's Day sales and all that. And you know, I just pray that one day I get to experience what it's like to be a father, because you know, it's not promised, it's not guaranteed. So
big facts.
Mothers start cooking on Father's Day.
Start cooking Friday. It's Friday now.
That sounds like that's pointed at a single person, Stevie.
I'm just saying,
are you talking to someone in particular?
Collective, fathers tired of getting out there on the grill on that.
You hear this, mom? Stevie's your man saying he wants a certain thing for Father's Day. I'm not saying it. I'm reading between the lines. I'm reading between the lines, but
it ain't gotta be certain. I just don't want to be the one outside cutting.
Ass is not always a gift.
Lord have mercy.
But we're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, that's a conversation for another day. But Stevie,
that's more for birthdays.
Yes, that's more for birthdays. But Stevie, we want to thank you for coming on this week, and you know, like I said, expressing, you know, what you feeling as far as being a father and just what's going on with your life. And
no doubt,
definitely will have you on anytime you want to be on. Just Absolutely. Say the word.
Absolutely. We appreciate you, King. We appreciate
you, King. Stay up.
Aggie Pride.
That's right. Aggie Pride. See y'all at G-Ho. You already know what it is.
Big facts.
But anyway, guys, we are out. This is the end of the show. Sean, you want to say goodbyes? Peace.
Be breezy.
That's right. Peace and love to everybody. And we'll see you guys next week.